Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a good start to their week. I'm going to be honest, I'm not. It's been a very rough day. I'll spare you the details, but I do want to share though, because I've mentioned in the past, I think maybe a few months ago, that I really wanted to work on turning to God in prayer when something happens. um, I'm feeling anxious, I get in a fight with my husband, or someone's frustrating me, or something's frustrating me. It's just whatever. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I don't know. And I want to turn to God quicker for help, strength, guidance, understanding, you know, help me deal with it, process it. What's going on? Why am I feeling this way? Whatever. Help me, give me the strength to overcome it, or, you know, um, give me the strength to deal with it and move forward and continue my day. And um, that happened this morning. I was upset and it took me a minute, but I was able to get past my anger, because that was my first response, was anger. And that's what happens when my feelings are hurt, is I resort to being angry, and that's a way that I mask my feelings being hurt. So then I was able to get past that and start realizing that my feelings were hurt. And then I put my daughter for her food, her breakfast, and then I stood at the counter and I just took a moment to myself and I prayed to God, and I was like, hey, like, please help me, give me the strength to, deal with this. What's happening? Like, what's wrong? Why am I feeling this way? All that stuff. And God helped me. God sometimes can be your, like, therapist. I mean, honestly, like, He can help you in that way. Like, help you understand things, help you process things. I feel like almost like a, a fire was started this morning and God helped put the fire out. Now, at the same time, though, I've noticed the enemy, when a fire starts to happen, like I get in a fight with my husband, or I get frustrated or overwhelmed or anxious about something, I've noticed the enemy takes advantage and tries to pour gasoline on it and make a huge fire and burn everything down. But with God, when I turn to Him and I pray and I seek Him and His help and guidance and strength, He puts the fire out. And the enemy does not do that. The enemy is like, let's make this as big as we possibly can. Let's bring her down. And now that I'm noticing that more and more, the more I'm turning to God quicker. I'm turning to Him quicker. I'm turning to prayer quicker. I'm seeking God's help and guidance with everything now. I'm talking to God about things way more than I used to. It used to be very surface level. Now I'm getting into the deep stuff, the hard questions, the deep questions, the things that I really want to ask God and confide in Him about and tell Him and talk to Him about. Like, I'm getting real and honest and vulnerable and raw. And it was hard at first, but now I find myself just pouring with just real, raw, vulnerable, like, questions and thoughts, and just being really honest with God. And I've noticed that it makes a big difference, because then God can actually help me. Like, if you go to a therapist and you sit down with them maybe once a week or whatever, and you're talking to them about like surface level stuff, you're never really going to make much progress. But when you start getting into the real deep stuff and you're really honest and you're really vulnerable and you're really raw, and that's when you make actual progress in therapy. It's the same with God. God can't help you with things and be there for you if you're not going to be honest and vulnerable with Him. And I've noticed the more raw and honest and vulnerable I get, the better it is, and the closer I'm getting to God, and the more He's helping me. And I was able to salvage my day for the most part. I'm not 100%, but I was able to still do the things that I needed to get done, because that's also part of the enemy's plan is, oh, let me take advantage of this fight or this thing that happened and then let's, use that to keep her from doing anything productive or good things. Let's keep her in that state. Let's keep her in that anger. Let's keep her in that pain or hurt feelings. And I didn't allow that. I still did the things I had to do. I'm still doing things today that I need to get done. And I'm not allowing the enemy to keep me down. So, and that's thanks to God, because I sought him out and was like, hey, help me. And so, um, I mean, I still cried after I prayed this morning in the kitchen, but like, that's just because, I'm still human. I still need to feel my emotions. But, um, it happened much quicker than if I had done it on my own. I'm notorious for shoving things down inside and not dealing with them. And so it was kind of amazing to like deal with something a lot quicker, figure out the problem a lot quicker and what happened and what hurt my feelings, and then to deal with it quicker, process it quicker, and then to not let it take over my whole day. So I just, yeah, I think it's great. Like, I highly recommend, good and bad, turning to God, because with the good stuff, if I'm feeling good or I'm enjoying nature or enjoying being home with my daughter or cooking, or just I'm grateful for the food in front of me or whatever, I'll stop and I'll pray and I'll just say quickly to God, like, hey, thank you, this is beautiful, or whatever. I'll just appreciate it. And I'm telling you, it really makes a difference in your day, because then you notice your blessings more. You're more grateful, you're more happy, you have more joy, because you feel more grateful, you feel more appreciative, and you see the blessings. And so you enjoy your day more. And so it's good to go to God for the good and bad throughout your day. you know it, it's okay to just stop and take a moment and just see the food in front of you and be like, wow, like, thank you for this meal, God. Like, it takes but seconds, you know? And let me tell you, you're going to enjoy that meal a lot more because you're really actually appreciating it. You actually are like, wow, I appreciate this meal. And I'm not saying, that's going to happen with every meal. I'm just saying, if you sit down and you feel that emotion or you have that thought, stop, take a quick moment and say, just even mutter under your breath if you have to. If there's like a bunch of people around, you don't have to make some big show about it. You can still keep that intimate relationship with God, in front of other people. Just, quickly just be like, oh, thank you, God, like, for this meal. And you don't have to like shout it to the rooftops if you don't want to. What's important is you're thanking God for it. So I don't know, I just had to share that because I've, I've, I'm dealing with my problems easier. I'm dealing with situations easier. I'm able to come back from a fight or anxiety or feeling overwhelmed or feeling a certain way, or something happens or something stressful happens. I'm able to come back from that way, way quicker with God's help. And so it's just amazing. It's amazing to see like how different I am now than I was. Like, I was a hot mess before. When I first started doing this channel and my videos, I originally, the first 2 months, were making videos about documenting my anxiety and bipolar disorder. And if you watch any of those videos, I'm a hot mess in those videos too, but even that is like not compared to how I used to be. I used to be way, way worse. So the fact that just in 9-10 months of having God in my life, I'm here where I'm at right now, it's just amazes me. And I want to tell everyone, like, anytime I see someone struggling, or are they unhappy, or they're struggling with anxiety or overwhelmness or stress or depression or whatever, or they're lost or unhappy, I just want to be like, God is the answer. you know um but you can't really just scream that to people. They're not going to be very perceptive of that. I think getting the message of God out there to people, and that how God can help them, you have to like I think you have to just be a little mindful of, how you approach that message, because, you know, people will be more perceptive if you, instead of just shoving the message down their throat, especially when it's not wanted, versus being an example, being an inspiration, or if something comes up, just gently kind of throwing it in there. Because I feel like sometimes, there's a lot of Christians that shove it down people's throats, and then you meet people in their adulthood and they're like, oh, yeah, it's like, oh, you're a Christian, and they want to run away because they had such a bad experience with people like that. And so I think you have to kind of just do some judgment and like assessing with people individually and kind of sense, okay, like how is this person gonna be perceptive of how I can get the message to them, can I be bold? Can I be blunt? Or do I need to do it kind of lightly? Or do I just need to be quiet and just be an inspiration? Because let me tell you guys, when I moved in with my in-laws, they're Christian. I told my husband, I don't want to hear about God. I don't want to hear about the Bible. I don't want your family preaching to me. I don't want to hear it. I'm not going to become a Christian. I don't want to hear it. And they didn't. They didn't talk about God in front of me. They didn't talk about nothing in front of me. But what started opening my mind was just seeing them, just watching how they did things, how their lives were, how their days were, how they went to church twice a week, and just, their demeanors and how their lives were. It made me curious because I was like, oh, I want that. I want these things. I like their lives. So sometimes you can plant seeds for people just by living your life, just by being an inspiration. My daughter does not like my help with eating her food. So I don't help her. I give her her food. She eats it on her own. I don't help her because when I try to help her, all it does is piss her off. So, you know how little kids, you try to shove vegetables in their mouth. Sometimes that's not the right way. So I think it goes with giving the message of God and the Bible and Jesus to people. I think you have to also assess, you know, people individually and try to figure out what would be the best way and opening to giving them the message or planting a seed. And if you're unsure, ask God for help. Because I get that people are really bold and, and stuff like that. And sometimes it works, but I think we also have to be careful because sometimes it doesn't work and sometimes it makes people run the other way. And so I don't know. I think we just have to, best thing you can do is just ask God for help with that. So I don't even know how I got on that subject, but anyways, I'm like losing my voice a little bit. Let's get into today's chapters. I don't know why I'm losing my voice.
The idols of the nations are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they do not speak. Eyes they have, but they do not see. They have ears, but they do not hear, nor is there any breath in their mouths. Those who make them are like them. So is everyone who trusts in them. Bless the Lord, O house of Israel. Bless the Lord, O house of Aaron. Bless the Lord, O house of Levi. You who fear the Lord, bless the Lord. Blessed be the Lord out of Zion, who dwells in Jerusalem. Praise the Lord. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the God of gods, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the Lord of lords, for his mercy endures forever. To him who alone does great wonders, for his mercy endures forever. To him who by wisdom made the heavens, for his mercy endures forever. To him who laid out the earth above the waters, for his mercy endures forever. To him who made great lights, for his mercy endures forever. The sun to rule by day, for his mercy endures forever. The moon and stars to rule by night, for his mercy endures forever. To him who struck Egypt in their firstborn, for his mercy endures forever. And brought out Israel from among them, for his mercy endures forever. With a strong hand and with an outstretched arm, for his mercy endures forever. To him who divided the Red Sea in two, for his mercy endures forever. And made Israel pass through the midst of it, for his mercy endures forever. But overthrew Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea, for his mercy endures forever. To him who led his people through the wilderness, for his mercy endures forever. To him who struck down great kings, for his mercy endures forever. And slew famous kings, for his mercy endures forever. Sihon, king of the Amorites, for his mercy endures forever. And Og, king of Bashan, for his mercy endures forever. And gave their land as a heritage, for his mercy endures forever. A heritage to Israel his servant, for his mercy endures forever. Who remembered us in our lowly state, for his mercy endures forever. And rescued us from our enemies, for his mercy endures forever. Who gives food to all flesh, for his mercy endures forever. Oh, give thanks to the God of heaven, for his mercy endures forever. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst of it. For there, those who carried us away captive asked of us a song, and those who plundered us requested mirth, saying, Sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a foreign land? If I forget you, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget its skill. If I do not remember you, let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth. If I do not exalt Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, against the sons of Edom, the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it to its very foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy the one who repays you as you have served us. Happy the one who takes and dashes your little ones against the rock. I will praise you with my whole heart. Before the gods, I will sing praises to you. I will worship toward your holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and your truth. For you have magnified your word above all your name. In the day when I cried out, you answered me and made me bold with strength in my soul.
Okay, there we have it. I just want to clarify quickly what I was saying earlier. I don't know how I got on that subject. I really don't know where that came from. But quickly, I just want to give this analogy because it keeps popping in my head. Imagine a very obese person goes to the doctor. Now the doctor, this is two different scenarios here, and you can think on this yourself. So a very obese person goes to the doctor for, say, an infection. Now while there, the doctor needs to tell this person, hey, you're very severely obese, like you're gonna have a lot of health problems from it. Or let's say the person's so severely obese that they are gonna die, okay? So the person goes into the doctor's office for, let's say, a random infection, not even has anything to do with their weight. So they go in the doctor's, and let's say two scenarios. First, the doctor bluntly shoves the message down their throat. Okay, hey, by the way, you are severely obese and you are going to die if you don't do anything about it. So the doctor just bluntly tells the person this, okay? The person didn't even go in there for that reason. They went in for some random infection. So they didn't even go in asking any of this to be said to them. and you're just throwing this all at them. Okay, so now this is the second scenario. Same thing. The patient goes in, severely obese, has an infection, goes to the doctor. So the doctor talks about the infection, says, okay, I need to give you some medication, and then sits with them and says, hey, I'd really like to discuss another matter with you. And gently and kindly and compassionately talks to the person about their weight and says, hey, like, what's going on? You know, I've noticed that you've gained this amount of weight, and, I want to see what's going on in your life. Are you okay? Are there things going on? I'm asking you because I'm concerned about your weight, and I have to be honest with you. This is not going to take you down a good path. Um, you could possibly die from your weight. And how do you think that person, any typical human, okay, is going to respond to the first one being very blunt and the second one coming from a place of compassion and kindness and delivering the message in a kind way? Number two is going to be more likely received well, right? So I feel like there are a lot of people out there who are very harsh with their message of trying to open people's minds to God and the Bible and, Jesus and all of that. Um, so I'm just giving you the scenario because it popped in my head and I just really felt like I needed to say it. You decide how you feel about it. But what I'm just saying is, especially right now with there's so many lost people, I think that it would do us good to come from a place of love and kindness instead of shoving this down people's throat. Like I watch a guy on YouTube who goes out and preaches at like pride get-togethers and whatever they're called, like the LGBT pride, events or whatever. But he's not like grabbing people by the hand like, hey, listen to me, Jesus loves you, you need to let him in your heart. That's not what he's doing. He has a microphone and he's just talking. And you, as a passerby, can either stop and listen and talk, or just listen, or you can keep walking. He's not shoving it down anyone's throat per se. He's just out there talking, and you are welcome to listen or not, or engage in a conversation or not. You can keep on walking if you want. I think maybe some people would call it pushing down the throat because him being there in the first place, but I actually don't see it that way. I see it as him like trying to plant seeds, but he's doing it in a way that's not like aggressive, you know? They take it as aggressive a lot in the videos, but some people are perceptive to a conversation. But anyways, um, that's for something you to think about. I just brought it up. I don't even know why. I just felt like I had to say it. So that's that. But I am going to get going. I have to go to the bathroom super bad. But I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's chapters. Bye.